Hi everybody. It is currently nighttime and I'm going to do a power outage test in my house. And before I do the test, I'm going to show you all the emergency lights starting from the garage into my bedroom and all the other power outage lights in the house that will come on. So we're going to start in the garage. The cats messed their bowl and kicked it out in front of the door, so I had to move it. We're coming in the garage, and the reason I have a power outage light in the garage is because I have generators out here. We have a little 2,000 watt Sportsman generator right there, and the WEN 4750 watt generator, dual fuel electric start. So this one is the big one, and then that's a smaller one. And the reason is because during a power outage, this would get dark very easy. I'm trying to think what I was going to say. Anyway, it would get dark in here instantly, even in the daylight. So I put a power outage light which illuminates this my generator cabinet, which is that wooden one. A while ago I made a video on that, so check that out. And then we have an emergency light out here. This one is weatherproof. I chose that because it should have a better battery than the indoor ones, because it gets, in the winter, it gets below freezing here. And we're in Wisconsin, so yeah. So we live in Wisconsin, so it gets very cold in the winter and very hot in the summer. So I wanted a power outage light made for outdoors, so I know it could withstand the fluctuation in temperatures. So that's why that's there. And then coming over here, and yes, I have some lawnmower and stuff. I'll have to go through that eventually. We have this one here which will pull the power. So yeah. So we have this one here which pulls the, or I'm trying to think what I was going to say again. We have this cord, this cord right here plugged into that. Like that's made to be hardwired, but I use an extension cord. And then we have a red outlet next to it, which is for generator purpose only. I can just flick these over to this outlet right here if I need to, because there's a red outlet right there. So yeah. So anyway, come back in the house. And the lights in there will go off and the emergency light will come on. So you'll see that in action too. Next, we're in the kitchen area where we have an emergency light right there, which is also made to be hardwired, but I use some wired mold, and it's plugged into an adapter right there. And then coming over to the living room, we have another emergency light. This one is also made to be hardwired, and I got one in my room, which I'll get to in a second, and then we have this one, the one in the kitchen, and there's the one at the end of the steps. They all came in a kit. I got that kit from Menards. Next, coming out here, we have a power outage light, incandescent remote head. And yes, it is raining out, so yeah. So we're gonna leave this light on, and then during a power outage, this light would be off. This light will come on. Next, we're coming in the hallway, which I'll leave this light on too. And we have, actually, before I do that, we have a power outage light right there, which is then ran, and this one's made to be plugged in. It's just ran to an outlet I hooked up, which also powers this power outage light for my weatherboard, which is right here. And these weather radios will be on backup, and some of my other ones will be too, but not all of them. And then we have the test switch if you want to test it manually. Next, coming in the bathroom, you have this one, which is a night light, but it also turns on in a power outage. So it gets bright like that. Next, we have a hardwired emergency. This is a hardwired emergency light, which is LED. Next, come into my room. And these cords, by the way, are for my weather radios. So yeah. Next, we have my homemade exit sign, which has a light in there too, which is a night light too. It used to have 2 incandescent bulbs in them, but they burned out, so I'm going to have to, so eventually I'm going to put bulbs in them. Next, coming to here, we have a exit sign I got from Menards, which is then plugged into here. And then we have this Romex wire, which is above my weather radios, and that goes to this emergency light. And this was part of that kit I told you earlier that I also got from Menards. And then that one I don't think works anymore, even though it's full power. I don't think it works anymore because I've been having problems with this one. So, but we have the other 3 that will light up this room pretty good, and they're all LED too, by the way, including the one in the hall. So yeah, so that's how that works. So yeah, so next I'm going to go downstairs and show you what we have down there. And that stuff has been down there in a while too. So, yep. I'm shutting the door behind me so the cats can't come down. And yes, these are automotive style wires. These aren't live right now, only when the power is out. And yes, I have to staple them up. I'm going to staple them up like this and stuff. So yep. So here's another one. This one's mounted on the ceiling. This came in a kit. The kit came with 4 emergency lights. One in my room, one between the garage door and the front door, and then the one down here. That came in a kit of 4. So, yep. And then we have this incandescent emergency light. This has been down here for a long time. And then we have a remote head, which I made a video on this too, but the screw fell out, so I have to fix that too with a screw. And this is that automotive style wiring you seen earlier and stuff. So yeah. And then that remote head is controlled by this emergency light, which also controls the one outside, which you'll see that lit up too. That's the one I was telling you earlier. So I'm gonna go back upstairs. I'm gonna set up the camera, and you're gonna see it. You're gonna see it go off, and my phone's almost dead, so we're gonna have to make it every second count. So it's on like 14%, so I'll do that. So yep. So I'm gonna put a selfie mode camera, which I call it. You know what? I'm gonna go grab my charger. Or no, that won't work because I'll have the power shut off. Anyway, this will have to, every second will count, so it's on 14%, so hopefully it'll last. So here it goes. Alright, see ya. I'll be right back up. So, everybody, emergency lights came on. So, yep. So, let's come in the garage again. As you would see, it's a little darker out now because these aren't on. We have that one. And that's the one you've seen above my generator cabinet. Okay. So, and then we have this one up here. That will come on. We have this one right here, which is on. We have the one by the front door, and that's lighting up the place pretty good because it's LED. The one by that door over there is also LED. So is this one right here. This is lit up. We have this one, the one in the hallway. I'll get to my room in a second. Let's go out here. We have this one here. It's not as bright because the light is LED, so it has a smaller battery. But as you see, it is on pretty good. And it's dark, so that's what that's for. And if you looked out there, you know if the light was off. Next, we have this coming down here. We have this one that's on because we lost power and stuff. So this is on. This one, the backlight went off because it lost power stuff. So as you see, this one lost power because it has bad battery, but a lot of them are on. This is what it looks like in my room. As you see, we have lights there. This one's on, and this one. So it's pretty good, but that one did not come on because it's broken. So it goes through batteries like quick. And as you see, all the power is off right now, except the one in the bedroom there because my parents are in bed. So yeah, so that one's not off, but this is how dark it would be in a power outage with the emergency lights. And they come on pretty instantly. As you see, my weather station also went black, and so did that because it went in the power saving mode because of the reason. And some of my weather rails either have dead batteries or don't have any batteries at all, so that's why they are off. So yeah, so this is how bright it would be in a power outage in our house and stuff. And now let's show you in the basement. And like I said, I'm on 11%, so I have to hurry this video up. And as you see, there's no lights in here either. So I'm just having to be careful going down the stairs because even in here it's dark, but it's somewhat illuminated by the emergency light at the end of the stairs. So yep. So right there. Coming down here, we have a emergency light. This one has been, this is the one that goes to, oops, I tipped that. Anyway, this one goes faster because it's older and it has incandescent light bulbs, which take more electricity from the battery. And then we have this one here, which, as you see, we have the one at the end of the stairs. We have this one. And we have the remote head right there lighting up the breaker box. The reason this is here is because if something were to malfunction in the main wire to the breaker box, like it fried or something, the power would go out to the whole house probably, and these lights would come on so we could see what's wrong. That's why I have a remote head there. So yep, anyway, like I said, like a million times, my phone is about to die, so I'm gonna go quickly turn the power on so you see what it sounds like when the power is restored. And as you see, it's darker in the stairwell because the light up there is off because we lost power. Or this is just this power outage test. It's not and stuff. So yeah. So it's darker because of the losing power. Because this is just a power outage test. So turn power back on. Alright, you have to get down. Yeah, that's my cat. Anyway. You'll see everything go on. And this weatherboard light will come on. I'll have to manually reset that. Okay, power is back on. As you see, you hear one of my weather radios. The one way at the end there. This one is on, it has to be reset. But as you see, all the power outage lights are off. And our routers need a reset too. So, yep, so. Okay, that's how it does, and now I have to reset everything. And the fish tank's back on too, so. So, yep. So I'll see ya next time. Okay, bye everybody.